right.
Welcome
Woo!
to the sorry.
Welcome to the Dog Podcast. I'm your host Winston Hodges, and with us today is Stephen Chen. You might recognize Stephen Chen as being Jack Schwartz one episode. Who was that? Who was it?
Sandy.
Sandy. He was.
No,
here
it
to
wasn't Sandy.
one of those episodes. But now we have him. Stephen Chen is the comedy king of Washington D.C. The alt comedy king.
Alt comedy.
Alt
king.
comedy. I don't even know. Do you even consider what you do alt comedy at all? Because everyone else does.
I guess. I don't know.
I don't know if you've ever.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. No one knows. No one knows what's happening up there.
It's fun. I like the gibberish set. I think that's my.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things to see.
It's a fun one.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, check out. Do you have the gibberish thing online?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't do numbers, so please
check it out, man. It just is. You used to have the ability to be. You have the ability to be in the pocket, comedically, that I do not have and cannot fathom having.
Yeah.
Just to being able to just to stay in it, no matter what. And I think it's led to like some of the hardest kills I've ever seen somebody have. Because it's like, what are your thoughts when people aren't on board at the beginning?
Oh. I just know in my heart it's gonna be a long
know
time.
in my heart.
Yeah, nothing's gonna change. I'm like, if you don't like it in the first 5 minutes, I just gotta pile through and I just stare and look where the light's gonna be and pray for it to come.
But that feels like almost like freeing to be able, you know what I mean? Because it's like mine is like I'm up there and the first 5 minutes aren't doing well. It's not panicking, but it's immediately like, what can I do? Like, oh, let's try all this different stuff. And yours is just like, well. This is the mind of Chensia.
Yeah, this is my life.
Yeah, dude.
I got better at sitting in it. There was one time, like I think it was like the second or third time I headlined Hotbed, and I just bombed my like dick off. And I looked up at one point to the booth, and I was like, "Well, at least Sean's not here." And then I get off, and I realized that he wasn't there because he was in the back getting the host to be like, "Get Chen off stage." And he drove me home that night. It is like it's over.
It is nuts. For those of you listening, Sean owns Hotbed Comedy Club in DC, and he could be a bit of an intimidating figure. He so the first time I closed out at Hotbed, the thing that I've noticed about Sean is it's like when you do comedy anywhere and you either have not a good set or something doesn't go right, your brain starts to spiral and you're like, oh man, like the owner thinks this now, the owner does this now, whatever. And pretty much everywhere, that's not true. The owner doesn't really care about anything like that. Sean, I think, is the only person where whatever awful thoughts you have about your set and your worries about him feeling that way, he 100% feels that way. Because I closed out. The first time I closed out, it was Carmen Lynch did the early show, and so she didn't want to do the second show. So he was like, do you want to, your first chance, you'll get to close one show. And I closed it out, and everything did good except my closing joke. And my closing joke didn't work because there was too many white people there. It had worked in that room on the 11:30s when it was more black folks in the room, and I was like, oh, I'll close on this. It's killed on the 11:30s. It didn't work, but I get off stage and I literally go, Sean saw that one joke not work and he's not going to want to have me back. It's one thing. And my brain was like, no way he felt that way. And then 6 weeks later he grabs me and he goes, hey man, I forgot to tell you, I don't really think you should do that joke in my club anymore. Like, I don't think you should. He's like, I just don't think it works. Not even mean, just like, I just don't think it works for my audience. He goes, this is what he said. He goes, my audience is pretty smart. You know, I don't really know if you want to do that one. He's like, it wasn't smart enough. And I was like, yeah, I felt that. He's like, but I thought you did a good job when you didn't continue to try to go longer. You took the L. He said, I thought that was a good move.
That's the pro move. You got to stop.
But it's just so funny to have the fear and then to finally get over it. And he's like, oh, yeah, I can't believe it slipped my mind. But that joke fucking sucks. And if you do it here again, I'm going to kill you.
I was like, what's that joke? How, like, I feel like you don't have anything that I would think would warrant a don't do that anymore.
No, it was more, I used to do a joke. It used to work all the time. I might have to bring it back. But I used to do a joke about, like, my grandmother's like in her 80s and she has dementia, and I went to go visit her on her birthday, and she was like in such a good mood and she was lucid and she knew who I was. And then when I was leaving, she was like, her nurse's aide kissed her on the forehead, and my grandma out loud in the nursing home goes, "Oh my God, Winston, that's the first time I've ever been kissed by a black person before." And I was like, "Oh my God, Jesus fucking Christ, Grandma, I am so glad you said black." You know, like that's, but that's what it is. And then Sean's whole point was like, he's like, "Yeah, they've." Sean goes, "My audience thought you were going to say the N word, and I think we should."
By design.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think that they didn't like it. They for sure didn't like it. It was me misreading a room completely. But I haven't done it. I haven't done it in that room since he told me not to do it. I think I might do it. I've thought about trying to get a little redemption in the
He
next
probably
time I
won't
close.
remember telling you not to do it.
He will. He will for sure remember it. It just will have to work.
Yeah.
And-
But it depends too. It's like, will he be in the room for it or see? That's like the gamble.
He's not really in the room for my sets anymore.
Yeah.
He doesn't watch. I don't even know. I used to think him not watching was bad, and
Mhm.
then I used to think him watching is bad. I don't know what is the good or like. I don't know what the preferable option is, because it's part of me is like, oh, if he's not watching, then it either he thinks you. Because my first thought was like, oh, he just thinks I'm not funny, and then now my second thought is like, well, maybe he's just like, well, the show's gonna go fun. Why do I need to watch this? Let me hang out in the back.
Yeah, I feel like he watches people. He's like wants to see if they're ready for more opportunities or see how they handle if they're
Yeah.
newer, and then watches sometimes when he's doing the soundboard for
Yeah.
whatever reason. But I think if he's not there, it's mostly a trust that he trusts us or something in the club's broken and he's furious. And
That's
trying to
comedy,
fix
man. That's all
something.
over the country, brother. It's just all over the country. There's guys owning clubs and dictating futures and intimidating and scaring people. Because I used to think that guy hated me, and now he likes me pretty good. But it's just
Yeah,
weird. It's
same.
I think the thing in comedy that's weird is it's just like how when you first start, no matter where you are, there's where you want to get to, and then like you, at least for me, it feels like with club owners or whatever, the initial thought is like, my relationship with them is never going to change. However they're treating me at the beginning is how they're going to treat me forever. And then it's like, oh no, they do change the more value they see that you bring to them. Because there's definitely people now that treat me pretty good just because I was on Netflix. there's definitely I got a lot of Instagram DMs that were left on red for bookers that I tried to reach out to over the years that immediately messaged me back when I got on Netflix. Like, hey, man. There's literally one that was like, I swear to God, I sent a guy a message in 2019, and he did not respond. And then literally the day after it drops on Netflix, the message I get back is like, hey, man, just seeing this. We'd love to get you out here. The old venue's closed, but I'd love to get you somewhere else.
Seeing this after.
Have you had anything big change? I know you were blocked by the Improv for a while, which is like,
Yeah, it's just fun.
Because what were you doing? Have you heard this? The thing about?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's like
Yeah.
the funniest shit of all time. What were you doing again?
It was back in the day before I had a tape, which I don't know why. I've always done like video stuff, so I always had the capacity to like film my sets.
Yeah.
But the Improv's like open mic was, send a tape, the classic thing, and
Yeah.
I was just lazily sending voice notes like over a picture, like a still photo of me, and they never got back. But I just kept doing that, and eventually I started like just tweeting at them, being like, "Hey,
Yeah.
how do you sign up?" And they're like, haha, read the website. And then I did the little like inspect element thing in the web browser, so you
Yeah.
can like edit how a website like looks. You're not
Yeah.
actually changing it. And I was just like, just tweet at him and tell him you're a good boy. and I sent him a screenshot of that. And basically, I got booked for the next, like the open mic the next week.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's great. But then I realized that I was blocked on all their social media things.
That's so. It's like, yeah, we're not gonna deal with this
Yeah.
even a little bit.
And also at some point in there too, I was like, people would post pictures of them at the open mic, and I'd Photoshop myself and be like, this is what it would look like if they booked me on the open mic. And it was tough. Yeah, so that guy, Chris White, does not care for me. And I remember one time I almost had a chance at redemption, and I think I sealed it because I was in the lounge at one point, and he was doing his like pun show.
Yeah.
And he usually takes pictures, so I had my camera in the lounge, and I went over and took some pictures of him on stage. And
Yeah.
afterwards I was like, hey, like I took some pictures, and he was like so excited.
Yeah.
And then I got home, and like a couple of days went by, and I think I like accidentally formatted my card, so I just deleted the pictures.
Unreal,
No.
dude.
And just never
What
sent him
an
anything.
unreal
This guy's like,
fumble.
this guy sucks,
Yeah, I
man.
got photos of you. Not sending them, but just want to let you know I have them, and they're mine. They're going on a little wall,
Yeah.
a little board.
I think weirdly though, like last month I was going through like my oldest hard drives, and then I found the pictures, and I was like, should I send them to him? 5 years later,
You should. That would be awesome.
Hey,
Like,
just seeing this.
hey, just so you know, just seeing this. Take these photos. Enjoy yourself. And I would love some spots.
yeah, spots for real.
Yeah, man. It's. Did you started in DC, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Very. Do you? That's the thing I wanted to ask you. Did you? Because I meant to ask Christian this. But I didn't.
what's it
So
like being Asian?
it is an Asian question. It's an
Okay.
Asian question, but it's about like is there ever a weird thing like when you're booked for anything during like AAPI month and it's like an all Asian showcase, but like I wouldn't necessarily say your comedy lends itself to speaking about your background. You know what I mean? Like, is there ever like a weird? Have you had any issues where? Because every time I've seen an AAPI showcase, all the comics are like, "Well, I'll just do my more Asian joke." You know what I mean? Because it's
Mhm.
like a lot of times what the audience wants. Have you done any of those? And like, what has it been like with doing someone that's exclusively so kind of absurd and surreal that really isn't identity based comedy, but being in a situation where they're like, "We want the Chinese jokes now."
Yeah. Well, my Chinese jokes aren't ones that Chinese people would like, probably. You know, it's but I've only done one of the AAPI like showcases, and that was like a surprise. It was like 2 days before some lounge show.
That's also
And-
crazy because there's like 7 Asian comics, and then,
Yeah.
like you've been on one. All the you've been doing
I
comedy.
know, and it's so weird. But also, I got booked. There was like 2 days before, and they're like, "Hey, can you do this weekend at the lounge?" I was like, "Sure." And then
Yeah.
I showed up, and I just start to notice the crowd, and then see the other people in the lineup, and I was like, "Oh, this is an Asian show."
This is an Asian show.
And it was on Cinco de Mayo, so I was like, "What are we
That's so
doing
funny.
here?" You know?
I do Jewish shows, and
Did
I
they
don't
name
do
it
any
Cinco
Jewish
but
material.
spelled it differently?
Yeah.
Was it Cinco de Mayo? But that's the slur. Is that how they did it?
Chen, will you say it?
I'm not
just so,
saying it.
For
Fill it
context?
in. You guys know. Come on, that's a joke for your racist brain at home.
Oh yeah. Cinco de Mayo.
There it is.
Dude, you could
I don't
brand
know if
that.
I'm
Someone would
allowed-
actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild, but also it's like I think I'm just like not Asian enough for a lot of the things. Like forever when Asian comics come through, it would always be like Shelly being like asked to feature.
Yeah.
And then at some point I got not jumped over, but maybe then it was like Christian for a bit.
Yeah.
And now other people. I've just never been asked
Never
to
been-
open
yeah,
for
it's
an
like
Asian
it's like
comic.
Justin
I'm just like,
Shelly Kim, Christian Escoto. Those are 3 other Asian comics in the DC area.
and they're also not. I guess Shelly has like some material like that is like cultural.
Yeah,
based,
she's got
or,
some,
her
yeah.
being Asian,
Christian can play some up because we'll talk about his mom and stuff like that. But even then, there's
Mhm.
no like comics, and you know what I mean? Because I feel like there's not. I don't think there's any Asian comics in DC where I feel like oh they're the Asian guy.
Yeah.
The guy that exclusively talk because there's like that's a genre of comedy for like every identity where it's like my thing is like I'm the guy that I talk about this thing exclusively, and DC has that I think for everything except Asian people.
Yeah, but also it's like who wants that? I guess there's Browntown is
Yeah, I guess
that's
Asia.
Asia.
Yeah, that is true. It is Asian.
But I just like never even with my my comedy style and what I think is funny is like just so weird in general.
Yeah.
But like
You're a weirdo.
I
Man.
have no desire. I think it's so weird to want
You and
your
Jack are
audience
both
to
weirdos,
be
man.
that, like
You guys are really. I think you guys are similar, not like not even necessarily stylistically, but if we had to like if you were doing like the food pyramid and it was like comics or whatever, you guys would be lumped
Yeah, if there was a
up
category.
at the top with Sugars.
yeah.
'Cause it's sweet. Yeah, we've never had that. We've never heard that before.
Mm-hmm. First time.
Yeah, it's like you two. Who else would we throw in there?
Honestly, Joey's like the only other one. But he's very different from the two of us, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would
But
never
people,
throw Joey in
People
there with y'all.
include him in the conversation.
Really? As I would
That's
never.
interesting.
I agree. and
I got
think
him.
it's-
I've got him much closer in the Deacons pile than I would have for you.
I
guys.
agree, actually.
I would have him, Deacons, Chanowski. Like I think that's like a space or a realm. You two, I really can't think of anyone else that is like when I'm talking about like pacing, content.
Oh, Bucket.
Yeah,
Initially,
Bucket.
like,
Yeah, I haven't seen Bucket in a long time, but throw Bucket in there too. Like stuff where it can be more alternative, but it also works in club rooms. Like you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it's like I don't think there is like, if people connect with, they connect with you, and it's not like based on like purely who the audience is. But like yeah, that's like the two, and it's such a I love the unique. It's unique. It's different. It's fun. And it's funny.
yeah. But I've also like for the original.
And
I
he
just
talk,
don't
he
like
he
the-
has more jokes about being Asian than you do.
Yeah.
Oh, I do. I have like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that was about growing up in Japan.
I forgot about
literally,
that.
literally, dude. Like that should be next time you get booked for AAPI, you go as Stephen Chen.
Oh, I got offered a spot on Justin Um's Asian show.
Shut the fuck up.
I swear to God. And then like at the last second, he was like, "Oh, like we had like there was like an Asian drop in." I think it was with Ray. I think it was Ray Lau actually, because Ray Lau. I was with Ray that week, and then he came to headline that, and they made room on the show. And I was like, "He's like, are you sure you can do like 5 quick?" And I was like, "It's fine.
Yeah,
we don't need to do
the Asian
this."
show.
Yeah.
Crazy
Yeah.
you considered it.
Yeah.
Truly.
Well, I do Jewish shows too, and it's like I don't have any Jewish material. Like it is weird, but
But you are Jewish.
I'm not Asian.
It's
Yeah.
that's the difference. It's not like
A lot of the shows try to have like one non-Asian and that kind of thing.
Really?
Although for Asian shows, I don't think
I
they
didn't know
should.
that. I knew Browntown did, but they have you on there.
Browntown does. Gay
They have you
gay
on there
shows
like a
often.
They have
Yeah.
you to fuck with you.
Yeah.
Like LGBT shows will have.
I don't think so. Not
A
during
straight
Pride.
comic.
There ain't no straight people on during Pride.
Maybe not during Pride. Yeah, I've just done a lot. I've done a handful of those too.
Yeah, I've been
Maybe
I've
they
been
just think.
I've been the token straight on some queer stuff before. But yeah, the you being offered an Asian all Asian showcase and then being like, man, if I'm only doing 5, I don't really want to do it.
Yeah.
No, I didn't do it because I felt weird about
yeah,
it. I
yeah,
was like,
yeah.
that's
You should feel weird about it.
strange,
It's
yeah.
crazy. But yeah. There's no. You guys are 2 of a kind.
Yeah.
I would have said 1 of a kind, but
Yeah. Well, we're blood brothers, bonded
Hmm.
through war.
Yeah. War.
which war was this?
Vietnam, ironically.
Independent movie.
Yeah, yeah.
An Asian film.
Yeah.
Oh man, was it? You said you saw. We were talking earlier. You said you saw Obsession.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I liked it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Great clip.
Well, I like it. We gotta do it, man. Well, I haven't. Because I haven't seen it yet. But all the clips and shit that I've seen has been like I've dated women like the chick. Like that's just kind of seems
That's what
like
you're into.
that's a person that exists.
Yeah.
They're just like you don't really have to make a wish. You can just find some of those ladies out there. They're like,
yeah. Winston's dated a lot of Make-A-Wish girls.
yeah, a lot of Make-A-Wish girls. No, I don't know, man. It's just I think I just dated like a lot of chicks, especially like back home, where it was like the mindset is like you're dating to get married, to where
Mhm.
there is like, what are you doing? Why are you going there? Why are you doing this? We gotta blah blah blah. And then like, but all the clips I've seen of that movie, that aspect was like almost funny to me because I'm like, this is. There's definitely
movie
there's
is
just
a little
regular mentally
funny.
ill people. There's just regular mental ill people that are like that.
Yeah.
Have you ever had someone obsessed with you, Stephen Chen?
No one told me.
Another good clip.
They did. Yeah.
Another great clip.
No.
Yeah. No. I don't think so.
That's the compilation clip we do. Is every question asked on the show, and it's me asking an
It's
intense
yes or no.
question. Do you ever feel this way on the Chinese shows? No. Have you? Yes.
A podcast called Yes or No.
Yes or no? The Yes or
That'd
No
be so
podcast.
No, but I think if someone was obsessed with me, I'd definitely take that as a red flag.
I'm obsessed with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, have you ever
Yeah.
had?
Well, what do you mean
Have
by
you ever
obsessed
have
in
you ever-
that way?
Not yeah, obviously not to that point. Have you? But it's like that's a good. Like yeah, I like the red flag term. Is like, have you ever had someone where you're like, man, how much you're into me is kind of a red flag.
There is a woman out there who is in her 40s.
Yeah.
Who owns several restaurants.
Yeah.
Who will probably listen to this episode
No
Wow.
way.
because
Chia.
of the like stalkerish behavior that I've
No
experienced.
way.
I think that
Paula
might be
Dean.
happening.
Paula Dean.
Yeah, and maybe that was too many specifics about this person.
Yeah, I think
but
the being in the
we
40s, owning the restaurants kind of feels like the one you didn't need to say.
yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
just it just so makes it so strange. We matched on Tinder so long ago, maybe 7 years ago. Never met in person.
So she was mid 30s and you were early 20s.
probably.
Yeah.
Maybe mid 20s. I was mid 20s, maybe late 20s.
24, 25.
I don't really know.
Do you go to a
Well,
restaurant?
7 years ago.
I
We could do
One-
the math
one of the
of your age
restaurants is
minus
like-
7.
like they're like popular restaurants.
That's awesome.
Mama Lucia.
No,
When she says she owns them, are they like? Is she a franchise?
like I think she doesn't like work there. She like owns several.
No. What I'm
restaurants.
saying is it something where it's like these are independent restaurants, or does she have like a McDonald's?
No, it's
Okay.
they're like, yeah. I don't want to get further into the details.
Come on, you can edit it out.
But
You're
it's like
listening.
You're the
every
editor.
once in a while, I get a text from an unknown number. I'll be like, "Who is this?"
Your
the
delivery's
response,
outside.
Like, the response is always something like,
Your
"Oh,
deli-
you forgot about me already?"
Yeah.
Like things like
I
that.
own several restaurants.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. Your delivery, your Grubhub driver's outside from Mama Pusina.
I don't know Mama Pusina.
Mama
but
Pusina, come on,
Is it just
come on. It's
Mama
always
Pussy?
served hot and wet at Mama Pusina's.
Puccini.
Is Pusino a word?
No, I don't
It
know.
sounds
Just
good.
Pacino was just funny, and I was like, what if it was pussy? What if it was pussy, dude? And that's so funny. She works at a restaurant, and you get a DoorDash thing, and it's like your meal's here, and it's just a photo of her pussy at your front door. Jack's like, well, damn, gotta leave a tip. Come on.
Come on now.
Come on. Come on now. Oh man, we got the serious stuff out of the way. Now we're back in we're in Mama Pusina. Now we're rolling.
Yeah.
Now we're in a fun mood, man.
Let's start over.
That's crazy. You're getting stalked.
I don't know if it's ongoing. It might have stopped.
You just said every now and then she texts you.
Yeah.
Feels pretty ongoing.
The last one was, I think, last year, somewhere around summer.
I went down the wrong hole. Started laughing
Karma.
while drinking. It is karma.
While you're choking,
'Cause
throw,
I was-
throw up those Reeboks.
What is that?
Throw up those Reeboks.
Ooh, these are my
Camera.
Keith Haring Reeboks.
I like those.
I do too.
They're very cartoonish.
I'm a cartoonish guy, man.
You are. I mean that as a compliment.
They're bright and red.
How's the Reebok? They get back to you yet?
No, they won't. They refuse to get back to me. I've
It's
got.
messed up, dude.
I was counting them the other day. I think I have 130 pair of Reeboks because I went back to my mom's house and counted them at the house too, and then counted what I have here.
So
Did
they
you try
go all the way
reaching
down to
out
like tiny shoes. So
Did you reach out to Allen Iverson?
He
might be the.
Oh, that'd be sick. AI, please, AI, can you please give me a fucking? I would love a Reebok sponsorship. I would love. Everyone's doing Nike. Everyone likes Nike.
everybody in comedy is sponsored by Nike these
Everyone,
days.
Yeah.
every last comedian sponsored by Nike, and I am going off the beaten path. Yeah, I was thinking about the other day. I want Reebok. I want Ford.
Mm.
I would love Outback, Red Lobster, if we can get that family
Mm-hmm.
of restaurants.
Darden.
Garden. No, what do you say?
Darden.
What's Darden? Is that who?
Is
owns
that the
it?
restaurant? group?
Outback and Red Lobster is not the same company. I
No,
don't
no, no. I'm
think.
saying that family of types of restaurants.
Oh,
not
okay.
the- not the big. I'm saying
Olive Garden and Red Lobster are owned by the same company, though.
Olive
so you
Garden
could swing
sucks,
something.
so maybe I don't want to do Red Lobster. Olive Garden's like actively bad.
Yeah.
I think that's like the worst of those chains. I think the bread's bad. Am I the only person who thinks the breadsticks are bad?
No, it's a shit restaurant. I worked there for like 8 years, though.
Damn, that's crazy.
I
Well,
haven't been there for.
and that's where he met
almost
Mama
8
Pusina.
Baching.
Mama Pusina. Come on, have the pussy here, take a one home.
Yeah, I feel like you'd be good at Applebee's.
I do like Applebee's. I used to do. I need to bring the bid back. I used to have been on stage where I asked people what their favorite chain was, and I had a
Mhm.
joke for all of them because I just used to love all of them. I used to have a big Applebee's chunk. The way my joke writing works is I'll just be like, man, I guess I'll be thinking about doctor stuff lately, so now I have 20 minutes on doctors, and it's like, all right, well then what's the next thing I'm gonna think about? And I had one where I was like, I'm doing Tuesdays, I'm doing Fridays, we got Chili's, Applebee's, Outback. I had like 20 minutes on that shit. But yeah, Outback would be sick. Red Lobster, Best Buy. I love a little Best Buy sponsorship. The B&H Photo would be a sick one.
B&H Photo seems unlikely, but that would be sick.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
definitely unlikely because I'm a Christian.
Oh, well, there's that.
It is the most Jewish business I've ever seen in my
Yeah,
life.
it's
Yeah,
fully
you
a
got to
Jewish
order
business.
around the holidays.
It's so annoying.
Oh,
It's
it is
so
annoying,
annoying.
dude. Because you'd be like, "Oh man, I need this lens tomorrow." They're like, "Sorry, it's Shamshkaba, and you can't
Okay.
get anything."
Yeah, it does feel like you really realize how many Jewish holidays there are
Yeah.
when you're trying to check out at
Yeah, man, we have Shamshkaba, and that's like the high holiday of like when Herod took a shit or something, and then what's that Purim?
I feel like what you were
Fair
trying to say is Shabbat,
No,
Which
I'm
is-
making up a fake holiday
right?
because
right,
of
yeah.
who they are.
And you're trying to check it with me to see.
Yeah, I'm trying to check and see.
Yeah,
what
yeah,
you
everything
know.
you said is
Right.
completely
Thank
correct.
you.
Yeah, yeah.
Shum Shabbat would be a fun holiday. I like
Shum
that.
Shabbat.
Shum Shabbat. SUMSHABBAU. Shum Shabbat. It's one of the high holidays, dude.
Eat kebab. And
Yeah, it's one of them. It's one of them.
High holidays.
It's one of them high, one of them high holidays, dude. The Jews always getting high, bro. That one is.
Yeah, famously.
That was famously the Jews getting high, dude. That's why they're so chill about everything.
That's
all
what
the
Jews are
time.
known for, giving up control
Yeah,
by
giving up
getting
control,
high.
Yeah, bro. It's chill, man.
Chen, what's your least favorite thing about Jews?
Oh, we're saying our least favorite things?
Oh. I don't like the.
I think
I don't like that Jew is like the right term because it sounds like a slur, but it's
Yeah.
the
Yes,
it's
yes.
the
It
official
is.
term.
but it also is
But
a
it
slur.
also is. It's how you
You throw a little
deliver
stank
it.
on it, it is for sure.
You can say Jewish person, but Jew. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Or we say jupes.
Jupes. I don't know. Now that sounds like you can't say it.
Jupos.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? There are a lot of ethnicities or cultures where the correct term feels wrong, where like guilty white people say it quietly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is the other ones?
Like when people say somebody's Mexican, like they're always so, and it's
Yeah.
like, no, they are Mexican.
Yeah.
Like that's
That's
okay. Like,
Well, yeah, because they're just afraid. People are so afraid. Yeah, Jew is the one word it is all encompassing. And I was trying to think. That's an interesting question. What's my least favorite thing about the Jews? And I don't think I have anything I would say is the least favorite. I really do think that I do think Jewish delis are overrated. That's how I feel about it. Like I do think
not
like,
all of them.
Yeah, but I think in general, like as a food thing, I'm kind of
Yeah.
like I don't like
I don't like a big sandwich. I love pastrami, but all their sandwiches is too thick.
yeah, like when I see the Katz's Deli thing, I can't do it.
And so they give you an extra piece of bread
Yeah.
so you can make another sandwich. It's
Well,
like maybe
when I
shave
am at
15
I
bucks off
love
the plate.
Jewish people. My Lord
Yeah.
was Jewish. That's what people forget.
Yeah,
People
we're
forget-
also kidding, and I am Jewish, and it's fine.
People forget Jesus was a Jew.
not me. That was
People
a-
don't want
what?
people. Yeah, people.
He
the
was
crucifixion
what?
was a
He was a
Jew
Jew.
on Jew
Yeah,
crime.
yeah,
That was one of
yeah.
my first jokes. Nobody liked it, but
He was the king.
Yeah.
He was the king of the Jews.
The king of more than. I don't like when Jewish people take this stereotype and then use it to explain. I guess it's the same as like people who use like the not the zodiac, the like Capricorn shit, like the
horoscope.
astrology.
The astrology.
yeah.
To be like, oh, sorry, I'm an asshole. I'm like,
Oh.
Yeah.
But I think that's a
Capricorn or
fun thing when
something.
people start throwing stereotypes at you long enough. It's like, well, I guess I can just do the bad thing now. And say
Yeah,
it
or
is
like
the-
complaining. I think
Yeah.
being rude, I
Yeah.
don't know about, but
Yeah.
complaining, like
Yeah.
Jews love to be like,
That's why I
I'm
call the
Jewish,
police
I
all the time
complain. Yeah. But yeah.
for anything.
Well, that's our culture.
It is our culture. You get mad at me? Oh, what's that? I have 21 items in the 20 items or less line. Time for me to call the fucking police.
I was like, open carry, baby.
That'd be cool. That's fun. Just did that. Yeah, that's every time I get it. Not having a gun, but just doing that thing where you put your hand in the jacket. Everywhere you go. I'm here for a haircut. Do you have a gun? I'd say. I think it's time for me to get my haircut now.
You have an open
How
chair?
much are going to be? It was 20 usually. It's usually 20.
So do you have a gun? Well, that depends.
Yeah. No, I didn't say I had a gun. But you said it's usually 20. What's the friends and family discount if we could get that? Because that's a perfect crime. It's not illegal to do that.
I think
It
it
actually
might
might be illegal to do
Yeah,
that.
it
But
might
but if you're never saying it's a gun, and you're just like, I have this weird hand thing, and it has to stay in my.
like implied threat. I don't know.
But is it? But yeah.
Yeah.
But is it the implication? That's what you taking up. I just said I was here to get a haircut.
You're
And
jumping.
if you
to
never answer
conclusions.
the question,
It's like I asked you the question first. When?
legally, you're not allowed to ask me that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
It's really fun.
It's a
yeah.
seeing eye
Yeah.
dog.
Actually, hey, legally, you're not allowed to ask me about my gun.
About your what?
This is my this.
About my gun
This
shaped
is my
item.
emotional support rifle, and you're not allowed to ask about that. He is trained, and I'm allowed to have him on this plane.
That's like, you know how like Republicans all like the fear is like, oh, they're gonna turn all of the kids trans, like that kind of like absurdity. It'd be funny if the liberals were like, what's next? Like a emotional support rifle or like
Yeah,
those
that's
types
good.
of things. Like
That's
that would
fun. Yeah. What's next? You're gonna let a man marry a woman?
be
Ew. Next thing you're gonna want to know.
same race marriage.
yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah. What happens next? We make marrying a dog legal. You can marry your wife next. Ew. What type of backwoods Republican society is this? Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's
What's
crazy.
next? You're gonna let people have sex with people above the age of 18.
That one confused me.
What's next? It's weird. We're also so far. I know that we're going the opposite, but it's crazy that like it's gone so far that there is no like what's next. We've jumped the shark with marrying the dog or making all the kids trans.
Yeah, now there's people like there's so much new news. You're like, what was last? What was the last one? How did we get to here? Oh my gosh. I do think if they allowed interspecies marriage, do you think there would be like, because first is dogs. People wouldn't marry their dogs. I think that's the first one.
Well, it's the sexiest animal.
Yeah, dogs, then cats. But like what would be the third one?
Fish?
You think fish above birds and lizards?
Fish, birds, and lizards are all the same animal to me. They just have
psychotic.
different ways of getting around.
Dude, here's a take. Here's a take that I had that pisses cat people off, and I think it's so funny because I don't even truly believe this, but if you really want to make a cat person not feel great, I did this is just trolls. I've trolled Matt Chanowski with this a few times. Is I've told him that when you're talking about like the animals of how good of an animal is, birds are closer to cats than cats are to dogs.
I think for my cat personally, that is accurate.
Well, I
can't speak for all cats. I've known some chill ass cats.
But I'm not talking about like the way the cats act. I'm talking about like dogs. If we're doing a ranking of how awesome they are 100, and then cats are at 50, and then you've got birds at like 45. And Matt, you was getting furious when I was saying that birds were almost as good of an animal.
It's weird to get mad. We both have cats.
Yeah, I'm a cat guy. I don't agree with the take. Overall,
see,
but,
you can see it.
But,
you can see just a little bit.
But birds,
behind those eyes, he's trying to remain as a bit, and in the back of his eyes, he's like, I can't.
He's about to walk off.
He's about to walk.
Birds just crazy.
Yeah,
but that's just insane.
It is. That's true.
But
also, they're mortal enemies.
It gives so much confusion that it's just like what the fuck are you even talking about?
Do you think they're mortal enemies because of their similarities? They're fighting for that number 2 spot.
No, it's purely a thing that I said when I was arguing with Matt about what animals were better, dogs or cats, and I basically was doing my version of the Brian Scalabrine from The Worst Player in the NBA that was like, I'm closer to LeBron than you are to me. But Matt's take was that he goes, you're insane. That's that's a crazy. That doesn't make any sense.
I have a cat. I prefer dogs. I love cats, but I prefer dogs.
Matt's the same thing. Matt said he's always been a dog guy. I used to hate cats. I don't hate cats anymore. They're just fun. It's fun to rile cat people up.
Yeah, it's fun to rile. You like riling people up.
He does.
It is kind of fun.
It's his favorite thing on the planet.
It is kind of fun. Isn't it fun?
I was just on the road with him, and it's like you have to like it's like navigating a landmine. Like once you're aware of it, it's kind of fun to be like, don't know, like, you're not gonna get me, you fucker.
Yeah. Well, he was on the one thing you're on the road with is what you're saying made no sense whatsoever. Like,
do we have to do this?
I
don't even remember what it was.
No, I don't either. I just remember because every now and then it's fun to just joke around and twist someone's words, and then every now and then I'll be being sincere. But they'll think I'm fucking with them, and I'm like, I swear to God, I'm not doing it right now.
Crying wolf.
I was like, I'm telling you that's not what we're going on right here. No, it's fun, man. I also like getting riled up. Like, I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's a really funny place to exist.
Yeah.
Like, I think being a little riled up and like joking with your friends and like, because I remember whether it was sports or like cat stuff or animal stuff, whatever. Like, you know, if we're in the green room and someone says they like a restaurant that I think it's terrible, it's kind of fun to pretend to be like, what the fuck?
I agree.
Yeah. It's fun. I do love doing it because that's my favorite place comedically to operate in. I think it's really,
there's even been times where you've actually pissed me off, and then afterward that was funny to me. Like,
that's
too.
hilarious.
It's
that's
how
like really
effective
funny.
It worked.
Then.
Do you know what I mean? I'll try to get under your skin sometimes, but I realize the only way to do it is if I have to like say something mean about a complete stranger or something, and he'll just, like,
that will
come to
bother.
their
Yeah, that will
defense.
bother the shit out of me. Yeah, I will, man. I'll come to. Yeah, dude. It's so true. If it's all fun and games until someone says something mean about somebody that's not there, and then I'm like, you need to stop right now. That's not. We're having fun. We all love each other. That person's not here right now. That is true. That is like that's one of the few things that will actually get me really riled up.
Yeah. I avoid getting riled up. I just bottle it.
Yeah.
Inside.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, you don't really. I've only seen Chen mad, I think, one time in our whole friendship.
Yeah.
And it was
never seen it
jarring.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen you mad, but I don't want someone to get mad. I want a little. I don't even know what the word is. Because I can't think of
when
another
they're like
term.
they're like in a hole trying to dig themselves out.
Well, not even that. It's like it's not even that's the joy. It's just I don't know. There's just something really funny to me about someone being like, "No, it's not what I'm." No.
You piece of shit.
I like doing that because Manda will do it to me, and I'll be like, "No, no, no, I didn't say that." There's just something. I think there's something inherently like that. I think everybody has those things that are like that's the key to your like what will really get you.
Yeah.
And like that's a big one for me. Someone being confident and stupid is like a really big one for me. Just like someone that thinks they're really smart and they're not, like it just really gets me right here. I don't actively really like people being upset. I don't like when people say really mean shit about people I really like, but like in a room when people are ball busting and you just get each other fired up a little bit and then you guys are laughing while kind of yelling at each other. I think it's like, I don't know. It's my favorite thing in the
we
world.
had like a big Michael Jackson debate the other day where Winston was like orchestrating it like it was his
master.
That was crazy. That was crazy because I just kept making eye contact. People like, I cannot believe people.
It was crazy.
It was literally crazy. But that's fun. To me, that's like you can only really have those conversations with comics.
Yeah.
Like it's because other people that aren't comics won't see that it's a joke at all, and they'll never see that it's a joke, and then they'll immediately be legitimately angry, or they're like, "Oh, you really feel this way?"
Yeah.
It's like, no, I don't really think that birds are closer to cats than cats are to dogs. I think cats are a very good second in the animal rankings.
Yeah.
I think turtles are better than birds.
Once again, kind of the same animal, different
I
mobility.
think turtles and cats are similar animals.
I just think we're all talking about animals that have no like personality.
You don't think cats have personalities?
You cats do.
You don't think turtles have personalities?
I really hope they do. I personify them in my head.
I think fish don't have personalities.
No, they definitely don't.
Fish for sure don't have personalities.
You have to be able to remember who you are.
Sure?
Birds have personalities.
Birds.
Some birds, I think. Some birds are significantly smarter than other birds.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. My wife found my bird research playlist on YouTube. I've been learning about birds.
Oh no, I've seen some of the bird jokes.
Yeah, but the crows are. What are we gonna do about them?
I saw your rebuttal to some comments.
Oh yeah.
If you want to address the people, this is a good place to do it.
What's going on with crows?
Well, I'm off with the pigeon. The crows thing is great. The crows are like as smart as 7-year-olds.
Yeah, they are pretty smart.
Yeah.
And it's like we can't have 7-year-old kids flying around, like, and they
a lot of
remember
power.
you they hold grudges.
Yeah, they
for, like,
do hold
the rest
grudges.
of your life.
Dude,
But
I
they can
saw-
also make friends.
Dude, I saw the funniest fucking thing with a crow the other day on TikTok, and it was a crow stole a dog's dog toy, and then for the next 18 months was squeaking it to annoy the dog.
I believe it. And the dog
Hey,
probably
that's
wronged
tight.
It's
him at
really
some
funny. It
point.
was like on the power lines, and the dog's just like staring at it, and it was like a year and a half. The lady that owned the dog just kept filming it as the same one. The crow's like,
And you don't see it. So would you agree that there is a very huge similarity between you and a crow? Like, I feel like that's how you
No, I
live
don't
your
think
life.
that's true. No. No. I would not say that.
What's
I would
weird,
never steal your ball. Squeak it at
Just to
you.
piss me
That
off.
belongs to you.
Yeah, but most bird people, they just get little birds that don't do anything, or
Yeah.
I don't think have. Maybe there's some personality giving them a treat or something.
Yeah.
But no one. I don't see lots of people with crows. I've never met someone with a
haven't
bird
either.
person with a
I bet
crow.
you in the sticks, there's some people out there with some
Maybe.
crows.
There's people like crows. I mean, you get scarecrows out there.
But I don't
'cause
think
want
you
the
can
crows
keep
to
a
get
crow
away.
as a pet.
Yeah.
I think you keep a crow as like a neighbor.
Maybe. Yeah, I think if a crow lived in your house at that point, it's officially a roommate. You have no
Right.
you have no dominion over the crow.
No,
Yeah, and they want to fly around.
they do.
Man.
On the way here, no joke, there was a crow trying to cross the street. He started approaching the street. A truck drove by. He waited, and then I watched him in my rear view just slowly, casually cross the street
That's
at the right
awesome.
time.
That's awesome.
And he
dude.
can
Yeah.
fly,
Yeah.
but he's
But
like
didn't feel like flying, man.
Yeah.
He's
he's
looking both
bipedal
ways.
today.
Crossing the street. Yeah, watching it casually walk across the street's really, really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, sassy.
Man, now I'm fired up. I got fired up with even thinking about food and cats and dogs.
Something that's funny that Chen Unique is like so Chen and I worked on a movie for a long time, like a majority of a year. It feels like.
yeah.
And we had this workflow where we do bits constantly, especially to each other, not necessarily to the whole crew because
Yeah,
they
yeah.
don't always know.
Because they're not in it.
Right.
They're not.
But like, if I'm really busy, Chen will come over like, "Hey, quick bit," and then he'll say something ridiculous. But we had to develop this terminology of being like, you have to identify whether it's a bit or not. That way
That's
we know
really
how to
funny.
approach it.
Yeah.
Because if he comes over and says quick bit, I'll be like, not right now. Like, we don't have time for this right now. He'll be like,
Yeah.
all right, cool.
That's so
Or he'll walk
funny.
over, hey, not a bit.
Yeah,
That's really
quick
funny.
bit.
That's
What if
actually
we
smart.
put the light on the fan and had it spinning around?
Yeah,
and you'd be like,
Yeah,
"Are
that
you
might
serious?"
that might make things easier. I generally just try to read the situation. I think that this might be a hot take as a comedian. I think there is no more annoying type of human being than someone that is on 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I truly think that like if you can't like it's fine to throw jokes in. It's like fine when it's like riff time, but when there's like something and you just can't help yourself and you're like, "Hey man, like I'm also a human being. I would like to
Right.
I would like to have a serious conversation right now."
And you don't want to be the comic who's like, can we be serious for a second? But
Yeah.
also,
Yeah,
like,
you don't want to do that. That's the
Well-
thing is you're putting me in a position where I have to do that. And it's like, don't do that right now. We're
Well, I
gonna-
think the people who are also always on aren't funny. So
Right.
it's like nonstop fire of like like maybe they're
Yeah.
fine or like whatever. But
Well, think about anything, dude. Is like every like I don't know if you have any form of electronic and it doesn't have an off switch, it's literally useless.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about that.
Yeah, is there you know what I mean? Like, 'cause obviously you can have a thing where it's like, oh, this is our blender, we have to unplug it every time, so we have to kill it
Right.
every
Or
time.
it's super loud.
Or it's super
Yeah.
loud. It's like no, it's a blender.
Yeah.
It runs all day long. You need an off switch. It's the ultimate.
It's true. It's like
And a
you
toy.
don't want to buy a light that you can't turn off.
You can't
And
never turn off. It
that's
never
a-
turns off. You
I
it
like
go-
that parallel.
Yeah, it's literally it's like
Mhm.
you need to.
Good
and there's
metaphor.
definitely people where I'm like, where's your fucking off switch? Just turn it off. Because it is
Yeah.
people that aren't funny. Because there's people
Mhm.
that are like really funny that if they were on 100% of the time, be like, oh, you're brilliant, so it's okay. Like,
When you
whatever.
first started comedy, I struggled with this. So of you're trying to like prove to the other comics that you're funny. You're trying to work your way in socially. Nobody really talks to you when you're new.
Yeah.
And I feel like I tried that out for a little bit. And
You
everybody
tried
was
to
like,
being
this guy's
on all the
annoying as
time?
fuck.
You
Yeah,
were-
out of like anxiety,
Oof.
like a panic.
Yeah. I mean,
This
that's
is
like
years
that
and years
happens,
ago.
Like with just people in general. You
But, like,
might
what
meet
is
a
you
new
on?
person.
Huh?
Like, but what is you on? Because even like on
Just
stage,
trying my best to try to sneak in a joke.
Okay.
Really, and also when comics don't know you and you're in a green room, even if what you're saying is funny, if they don't know you, they really will actively act like it's nothing.
yeah,
Like
Mhm.
they'll be like, "That wasn't funny." Like they'll just completely ignore it.
That's brutal.
It is
Yeah.
brutal. It's tough for their self-esteem.
Yeah, and I luckily never had that. Like I would try to. I was always just so anxious that like I'm going to be annoying that I would be like, all right, this is time for a joke. No, won't do it, and like trying to read it that way. And then I just was like, we're gonna have to. They're gonna have to respect me on the stage.
right.
That's what I have to respect me on the stage. But damn, that's so funny. You being like, all right, guys, I gotta kill in the circle of 6 people.
Like
here's a
here's
Right
a
now.
it's like you try to sneak in a line, but maybe it's one line too late, and then they're like,
Oh,
okay.
dude,
But then you
the
learn
guy that's
timing.
yeah, no, actually, I'm picturing those guys right now. What
It's
a
tough.
brutal existence. I'm sorry.
It's one
man.
thing I think like I learned it quick because I struggle socially. Like I don't do well,
Yeah.
so it's like I was trying to figure
I
out
think
how
you do a
to
good
fit
job.
in. Well, but I don't try anymore. Now I'm just kind
Yeah,
of
I think
me, and
I would
people
never.
think
You
I'm,
wouldn't
like,
be someone I would guess
autistic.
would struggle socially.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Well, it's
surprising.
weird because it's like because like I don't also you're someone I don't think would struggle socially.
Oh,
I actually
do.
would assume he would, but he's so
But
charming.
not me. My thing is just like because I feel like you guys are just comfortable with who you are. So
Nah.
that's why.
I'm just
and those-
usually drunk.
Yeah, but, but to me, that's the people that struggle socially. Is it's not about if they're alternative or weird or different or just like their whatever their pace is. It's just like are you comfortable with like who you are? Because there's people that are like seem like normal regular dudes outside of comedy, like jocks or bros or whatever that don't ever struggle, and then they get into comedy and then they're doing that type of shit where they're like I gotta kill this whole fucking time, and it's like bro, you are destroying the hang right now. We're
Yeah.
trying to talk about whether or not Michael Jackson fucked those kids.
Right.
What's your take on that? You think he didn't?
You know,
No. Yes.
not all of them.
Not all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's probably not all of them. Not every child.
He was too busy.
No, he said that. It's just so funny that it's just it is to me just because I've heard it my entire life. At no point is in my life has it ever been up for debate that he did it. Like it just to me has just been I've known him as a guy. Like I was told so young that he molested kids that I just thought that forever, and just to see people, there were like people in their early 20s being like, "Nah, he didn't do it. Sorry, he's a good guy. He's a great guy." But and I just was like, I just couldn't. The realities were just so different
Yeah.
that I couldn't. Well, someone's taken the green room, and I'm not gonna say who it was. Someone's taken the green room. Is I was like, because they said he was a great person. I said, okay. I said, so I'm not saying he did it. I was like, but if he did molest those kids, would you still think that he was a great person? They're like, yeah. And I was
That's just straight up stubborn. Like you don't know
That's
how
a
to.
weird
it's
thing.
like God. It's
Yeah.
just, someone told me afterwards. They texted me. They're like, I had to leave the green room when they said that. They're like, I couldn't be in there with this.
Yeah.
But later, the person was just like, I think I need to think about that because as soon as I said it, it felt wrong that I felt that way. I realized that.
Yeah.
But I love those big green room conversations. I really don't think there's anything like it, no matter what it is. Because I
Yeah.
do think in a green room, I feel like if you're having those big conversations outside in the real world and you're at like the dinner or whatever, you have to worry about like what the other tables are thinking. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Like
yeah.
you're like, oh, there's kids at this table.
I do
curse.
consider that.
Yeah, I do consider. But in a green room, it is like you are in this room, and it's like, and we're all
An unspoken rule.
We're all friends. The door's shut. There's no audience members in here, and it is sometimes fun when somebody says something really fucking crazy in the green room, man. Like, oh, dude, I can't say. I can't say the. Never mind.
I definitely, I enjoy revving up the green room a little bit. In the green room, I do think I take a little bit more risk socially
Yeah,
with
but
saying some
yeah.
crazy
But it's also
shit.
just I think it's also just like when you walk into a green room and it's completely dead, it's the worst. It's like this show's gonna suck,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
So you get in there. That's when I'm the most comfortable is when we're in the green room and my friends are there and everybody's like, there's all these loud conversations going and we're like, oh, having
Yeah.
fun and just like I don't know. It's where I feel the most at home.
Yeah, that's the best part. That's like the only fun part of comedy for me.
Yeah, doing it
Hanging
kind
out
of
with
sucks.
people.
Everything okay,
I
Joe?
mean, otherwise it would be so short that like, I mean, performing is amazing.
Yeah.
But it's such a small like hit that
The hang
without
is so much
hang
better,
like,
dude.
yeah.
Oh, dude, when you walk into a green room and it's people you know,
Mm-hmm.
woo, unbelievable.
Yeah.
What's going on over there, Jay?
Oh, I was just gonna take some like actual still
Okay,
photos.
perfect,
just
awesome.
'cause
I
we're-
thought I
Yeah,
literally
sorry,
saw what
you're-
was happening, and I was like, he's about
He's
to switch
switching
the
the whole
cameras.
camera.
I did. I like
Yeah.
switched the whole damn cameras.
Yeah, but I'm good. I like starting out and everything. I was all about waiting for the moment to strike and then strike confidently
That's so
with a
fun.
little jab.
Yeah, get it in there.
Because there's nothing worse than the stuttering or like sometimes I see it too with like newer comics who are trying to get a word in and I'm just like, oh, I'm sure what you had to say was funny, but you're
You too. Your
so,
timing's
so
off.
timid. The timing's
You're
off, and
too
then you're
scared.
Yeah, you didn't just commit.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
But also, it is hard to commit when you're like when the higher up you are on the totem pole, the more fun the green room experience is
Yeah.
by far.
Oh yeah, dude.
Because I still there's certain green rooms where I'm like I'm not gonna say much here, and there's other green rooms where everybody's looking to me to say something,
Yeah.
and that's almost worse. Like I hate that.
Are those the same like because this is I remember what we were
No.
talking about and I'm not gonna say what
No,
the
you can
I'm not gonna say what the argument about, but it's just like we were talking about Jack said was the phrase used the most fun where you have the most
I think
fun?
the most fun I ever have on stage is when there's like 4 people and the show's been terrible, and I can just go up and just do whatever I want. Like
Yeah.
that was what I was saying is the most fun.
Yeah.
But then Winston took that, started spinning it around in the blanket, and then goes, "So you do that because you want to like win the show? You want to like win, and you
No,
want
I
everybody
said
to
do you
think
think
you're
part of
cool."
the good feeling is like having the best set on the show? I never said being cool. I didn't say the being cool thing. That would have been really cunty. I didn't say the being cool
That's
thing.
what I heard.
Yeah,
at
no,
least.
no, but was just but that was like a thing where it was just like I was curious where you stand on that because I am also very similar in that mine's less of the it does feel good to save the show and have whatever, but to me the big joy is man there is a thing where if you can go and there's only 4 people there and there's comics you're friends with and like just the freedom to do whatever you want. Like where do you feel most comfortable and where do you have the most fun doing comedy? Like what are the parameters? What are the setup for you when you're like, oh, I'm really excited about this?
it's got to be close and hot. I don't know if I've ever really saved a show that wasn't like a mic where everyone was like really terrible or not
Yeah, yeah.
experienced. Because I'm sure it might have happened at some point, but since I'm so different,
Yeah.
it's like I don't know. The thing too is like people. I feel like audiences, if it's like a bad crowd for everything, it's usually just because like they want crowd work.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they
yeah.
don't want comedy.
Yeah.
But I need.
I
to
agree
be
with
in the
that,
tight
too.
area. Like I don't really like doing theaters and stuff because I feel like part of my energy and everything relies on being like close and observing like my little.
I agree. I think there's a
dances.
lot of really good comedy that gets lost in the translation the larger the space that you do it in. Like I really do think comedy should be performed in clubs almost exclusively. I think it's the best. But yeah, I do agree with Jack though, where I really think the most fun, when I think about the times I've had the most fun, if we take just like, we take out the, obviously when you have the hardest you've ever killed, that is the most fun. Let's take those out. But when it's just like working on stuff, man, going to a mic where there's fucking nothing, like there's no pressure and it doesn't matter. Like there's the gay bar on 18th now, Sinners and Saints, and they have every Tuesday they do the mic, and it'll be like I'll go last on it. It's 10 o'clock, and there's like 9 people in there, and comics are still hanging out, but the bar staff is also into the show. Like they like it, and then you can just say literally whatever you want for 5 minutes, and there's that freedom because I think that at least at the level I'm at or we're at or like wherever like we view ourselves, like I don't feel like I can be that free on shows where it matters. And I feel like that's like the pinnacle when you're like like we're, whether you like him or not, like if you're at like the Louis stage or the Chappelle stage or whatever, it's like you can take risks, period. Like wherever you go, you get to take risks. And I do think the risk taking for me personally is the most fun part in comedy. Like, do you get joy out of the risk? Like when you're doing the gibberish set, that's a huge risk. Which for those who don't know, it's like he goes on stage and he literally just speaks in gibberish for 5 minutes. Like, it's the cadence and the tone of a conversation and of a joke and of bits. But like, truly, people don't know what the fuck you're saying at all. Like, is the joy of that? What part of that brings you the most joy?
Well, the weird thing is usually, I feel like in the last couple times that I've done that, it's actually always been in response to this crowd sucks. They said you sucked. I was like, you don't deserve comedy. Yeah. Like I'll risk. I guess it's a risk, but it's like it's a risk in the sense that it's a better risk in my mind because it's like I don't need to go and like fail and be like, wow, I suck because I couldn't get them with my real stuff. So it's kind of a cop out, like chickeny situation. But I feel like I break down harder when I need to start viewing those smaller shows like you said, like as a nothing matters, as opposed to in me like going up, I'm just like, well, this just isn't gonna feel good, and then it's in my head of like I'm not trying to do different things to get it. I'm just like, well, this is just gonna suck. I just do my thing
man,
and take it.
I do think having the mindset of like when I go into those rooms, it's just like you're playing with house money. You put it all in. You try whatever because when I go into those situations and I do my best jokes, it's the exact opposite. It's like the least fun I've ever had because it's like the good jokes are supposed to work, and when they don't, it's like devastating to your ego or like whatever. Like, oh shit. But if you go in there and you're like, oh, everyone's doing bad, I can't possibly do the type of bad that will make the show worse. Like because those are the type of shows where the only way the show could get worse is if a white person went up and said the N-word.
Yeah.
Or literally that's how you or like a super crazy crash out. That's the only thing that could make it go from like, oh, this was a bad show to being like, this was a spectacle. I can't believe that somebody would do this type of thing. And and ever since I got to that point, I've just started really, for me it makes comedy more fun across the board. Yeah. Because when I was just doing my best stuff everywhere, you just get bored. And then also now you're feeling bad or whatever. And then I'd be feeling bad on these paid shows because I'm like, I don't really feel like I'm working on anything new. But like I like having like set spaces where it's like, I'll do whatever I want here. Here's where the jokes are going to be stuff I'm kind of working on. Here's the stuff that's almost finished. And then it's like, oh, I'm closing out Hotbed or I got a club. It's like, this should be, people paid money to see this. Like it should be a thing. Yeah. But we were in the car talking about it. And I think when he brought it up, it was a fun conversation. But I do think that's just an interesting thing, man. I love you work really hard in comedy to get to a point to where you have a lot of pressure because that means you're successful. But man, the no pressure is like the best. None at all. You just walk up, do whatever you want, and just like, oh, bye everybody.
Yeah, I feel like that. The risks I like taking now is it's pretty much for those hotbed paid shows is throwing something in that is the first time or like first time.
He does that too. He'll be in there too.
I'm like, sometimes
most people do that in their like 5-minute set, but I feel like that's not enough time like
to get to it. Yeah,
because I need like 7 or 8 minutes for people to like understand what's happening with me. So it's like tough to get that trust and then get an accurate reading.
Do you feel, because I feel this way, do you feel like, because I think there's comics on at varying points of the spectrum, do you feel like you're better showcased what you can do in a longer set.
Yeah.
Like the longer you're on stage, like what's the, cause like, are you, so like, yeah, obviously hotbed's 20, but like, I feel like for you, cause this is how I feel, is like the longer it keeps getting better. Like they keep liking me. Where like, I really feel like overall, compared to my headlining sets, I feel like I struggle in 5 minutes because I have a lot I want to talk about, or I have.
Your energy for an hour is also significantly different.
Yeah.
It's your pace is way different. You're
Yeah.
running a marathon as opposed
Yeah.
to a sprint, and very much so the way you do it is like you have a lot more low points in an hour, and you're kind of supposed to.
Yeah.
You can't just give them the sauce the whole
Yeah.
hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting to see because for a 5-minute set, you're out there ripping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're full lion tamer. As
Yeah,
opposed
and that's
to
like fun. And I'm like that up to 15. Anything north of 15, it feels like that pace feels boring to me north of 15.
Yeah.
Like it's like, because I've been playing with my pace, like Philly, I did a faster pace and it went pretty good. It's just trying to find that hour long pacing. But I just feel like by the end of an hour, it's just a lot, because it's like in an hour set, it's like, oh cool, I can do every tag on this joke, and this
Yeah.
joke's like 9 minutes and I can do it, as opposed to, oh man, if I'm doing 5 minutes, I really gotta hammer it in and get it as tight as possible. But there's other people that I think are the opposite, where their hours are way weaker, or their 20-minute sets are way weaker than their 5 or 10. Like there's some people that I think really murder in like a 5 to 10 minute set because they've got that type 5 or whatever, but then
Yeah.
north of it, they haven't figured out how to adjust that pacing, and there's just kind of holes in the full set, as opposed to like yeah, because I think with you, it's just like people are just along for the ride at that point.
Yeah.
And they really like it. And the more time, I think we're people where the more time an audience spends with us, the more comfortable they get with us, the more they like us, the more they are interested to hear what we have to say,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to other people. Would you feel that way about yourself? Would you feel like the longer you're on stage, the better you do?
I think 5 minutes is not my best.
Yeah.
I think
What's the money spot for you?
I mean, honestly, I think like 10 to 15 is
Yeah.
probably really, really tight because it's all the same type of shit. Whereas like if I'm doing 30, maybe 10 minutes of that are going to be jokes that don't quite mesh with the same vibe just because of where I am in comedy, as far
Yeah.
as like I'm going through so many transitionary periods because I'm still kind of early on.
Yeah.
That if I'm doing 30 or 45, which I've done, it's like I'm just bringing out all the jokes that I
Yeah.
like.
As
And-
opposed to, and you're right, I think that's a thing that will change over time, because now I'm like, all right, well, I'm doing an hour, so what's the hour gonna be? Like, I mean, I even extended it like in Philly the other day, because I've been doing between 55 and like 62 minutes on pretty much every headlining set. Like that's just
Mhm.
where it's been naturally falling, because what I do is like anything north of 55, I'm getting off on the first huge laugh. Like that's
Yeah.
just the way I've been doing it. And then at Philadelphia, I was like, well, let me see if I can do an hour of jokes, and then I'm also doing this 10-minute Q&A portion in the middle that's trying to be funny about like the show, because people just ask me questions about the Kevin Hart thing afterwards,
Mhm.
and my meet and greet lines are already really long and they already take forever, and I was like, so I'm just trying to eliminate like a bunch of those questions.
Mhm.
In Philly, so I did 70, so it was like 60 minutes of jokes and then 10 of the Q&A, and it was like that was the most comfortable I felt on any of the headlining gigs, which is like kind of nuts to just find out that like, oh, maybe I need to do 70 and trying to figure out the pacing. It's just hard, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
I
guess
think
the pacing just always has to change.
Yeah.
But I still feel I want to be doing longer, because like 10 still feels almost like
it's short.
people are on board, but I just want to get so much in
Yeah.
that it is like hammering away and going too fast to talk over. I like in the shorter sets, I think even like 10 to 15, I have to talk over laughs,
Yeah.
otherwise I won't get to what I want to
Yeah,
do.
and that is a difference, I think, with the headlining stuff, is like the pacing of like where you're saying like where it's just more down or more whatever, as opposed to like I'm the same way. If I'm doing 5 to 10 to 15, it is like I want to do 30 minutes of jokes in 15 minutes because I want to say all this shit. And then when you get an hour and 10, it's like, oh, I can just do an hour and 10 minute worth of comedy in an hour and 10 minutes. Like I don't
Yeah.
have to worry about the truncating it and getting it in there. Because
Mhm.
like I'll get off stage after having done 10, and it'll all have been on one topic, and I'll be like, I didn't talk about anything else. I just look like I just was the guy. They literally just saw me and they're like, well, I guess this guy got health insurance, and it's the only thing he's ever going to talk about.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Right, like I wrote like 10 on like engagement stuff. like marital engagement.
But do
not,
audience
like,
even care, or is that something we put in our heads?
it can
I don't
feel
even
a
think
little
they fucking
exhausting.
care.
I think it's a little bit like, all right, we've heard enough about this broad in you. You
Yeah.
know, it's kind of the vibe that I've gotten sometimes. But for a 5-minute set, I think it's perfectly fine. And for 5-minute sets, a lot of my sets are one joke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So for a 10-minute set, some of them are 2 jokes, and that's always a little weirder
It's
than
a little
doing
different.
5 minutes of short jokes and then
because
a
what if
long
one
joke.
joke is like way better than the other joke?
Yeah, that's what happens.
Like
That
for
is
real,
what
they're
happens.
like we like that one joke, and you don't put them in the right order.
Right.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh, we like this other one, but
That's the fun, the joy of comedy. And
It
like
is.
tinkering, figuring out the sets, how things flow in different
yeah,
situations.
I genuinely love it, even the stuff that makes me really angry. I genuinely love like everything about comedy. I like the grind. I love the work aspect. It's the first time I've ever had a job where I've liked the work part of it.
Yeah.
Like I love like if working at a car dealership felt the same way that all the stuff doing comedy did, bro, I'd be showing up every morning at 7 a.m. being like, "What's up, Tom? Good to see you. We got some new cars on the lot. Absolutely, baby. Let's
Hey, how's your ugly wife?
How's your
Tom?
doing good? Hell yeah. I sold another warranty, baby." Extended. Damn, dude. Well, thanks for coming by,
Of course.
Dr. Stephen Chen.
Yeah, thanks for
Attorney at
having
law.
me.
Did you got anything coming up?
Oh, you know, what I don't know, Jack's wedding.
Oh, Jack's wedding's coming up
Yeah, they're
September.
both gonna be there.
What is it? 18th, 19th, 19th, 20th?
It's in September.
Yeah, he
They don't
knows
need
the
to
day.
go.
He
You
knows
know.
the
Yeah.
day. It's gonna
What's
be
the address?
It's gonna be in Connecticut. Please come look for us. I'll be posting I'll share my location if you follow.
Oh, we do need to get better at people announcing their socials on the pod because I don't think we have the ability to put links in the bio yet,
No, I don't
or in
think
the
so.
description.
Oh.
No,
So go ahead.
you can put the handle though. That's about it.
Good Boy Soup on everything.
Yeah,
Good
Yeah.
Boy Soup. Follow Good Boy Soup because we got some collaborative things.
Yeah,
coming
check
out.
out add Good Boy Soup.
Working
Check it
some
out.
things.
And then you guys know where to follow me. Keep liking, sharing, subscribing, and all that good stuff. And yeah, dude, thanks for coming on. This is a good episode. This is fun.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, bye everybody.